So in the last module, we have looked at federalism and how federation dominated the provinces according to or under the 1956 Constitution. This Constitution remained in force only 2.5 years, and there was a martial law in 1958, and then General Ayub Khan came up with his own constitution, which was the 1962 Constitution. Now we look at the federalism in the 1962 Constitution. So looking at this constitution, we again see federation dominated. So it is in fact the most centralized constitution of Pakistan of the three constitutions. So Pakistan is again a federal republic in this constitution. There is one unit still there. So there are two wings, the east wing and the west wing. The part 3 of this constitution discusses the federal government, the federal parliament, and the Supreme Court. If you look in detail on this area or this section, we see that President of Pakistan is very powerful. So it has been called that many explained the 1962 Constitution and the President placed in it as the Faisalabad clock tower is in Faisalabad. Wherever you go, in the end you reach the clock tower. So in this case, and there is a very famous poem by Habib Jalib about this constitution, which I want to recite to you. So दीप जिसका मोहल्लात में जले चंद लोगों की खुशियों में लेकर चले वो जो साये में हर मसलहत के पड़े ऐसे दस्तूर को सुबह बेनूर को मैं नहीं मानता मैं नहीं जानता. So this was a constitution which was made for Ayub Khan. So cabinet was decided by president in the federation and by the governors in the provinces. It was very difficult to remove the president. President appointed the governors and judges. The National Assembly has 156 members, half are from East Pakistan, half from the West. There was again no second chamber, there was no Senate. There was the BD system, which we have discussed before, under which 80,000 BD members or basic democracy members were elected, and they became the electoral college of the national provincial assemblies as well as the president. So it was easy for Ayub Khan to control these BD members rather than the popular vote. So that was the system introduced. So governors were totally in control, and governors were appointed by the president. So there was not much provincial autonomy there. In case of conflict between governor and provincial assembly, it was referred to National Assembly. So again, it was the federation who decided the conflict between the governor and the provincial assembly. There was only one legislative list, federal, no provincial list. So it speaks or it demonstrates that there was much provincial autonomy, but in reality there was nothing, because provinces were controlled by the nominees of the president, who were the governors. So again, provinces couldn't borrow. The NFC was dominated again by the federation, as governors were the appointees of the federation. Federation could give directions to the provinces, ask them to make law or to do some executive action. Again, the all Pakistan services, which were the federal services, were controlled by the federation, but they served in the provincial areas, and they were heading the provincial departments and were managing the local municipal services at the local level in their capacity as assistant commissioners, deputy commissioners, and commissioners.